Alright, so a pleasant day to each and every one. So how are you today, students? Ayan, so I hope that everybody's doing good, no? So for today's session, this will be quick para naman hindi kayo mabored in listening and watching this our recorded lesson, okay? So let's start. So I'll be discussing, the title of our topic is all about the art of hospitality under the importance of the sequence of service. Okay, so we will talk about the different services inside a restaurant, or it can be inside a hotel. Okay, so I'll be explaining this one very basic para mas maintindihan natin, no? Para pagdating ng inyong mga actual is mas mabilis kayong maka-adapt in the most easiest way, no? Kung paano natin i-execute yung different sequence, and syempre, you need to understand as well yung importance ng mga sequence na to. Okay? So, disclaimer lang, no? There are samples later on that masasabi ko or magagamit ko, okay? So, this is just for the topic purposes. Okay? So, sorry class if may mga maririnig din kayong ingay, no, sa background, ayan. But I want you to hold on to finish this lesson po. Okay? So, I'll start with, yan. So, our first slide, so it says here, okay, the question goes this way: why a meticulous sequence of service is the cornerstone of luxury hospitality? So, one of the answer class na kailangan nating ma-remind is we are offering excellent service to our customers, no? To our dearest guests. So, ano bang ine-expect natin sa kanila once they visit, halimbawa sa loob ng restaurant or sa hotel? Of course, unforgettable memory yung ma-experience nila. So, that is the ultimate goal. That's why when we say sequence kasi, ano yung SOP, ano yung instructions na dapat sinusunod ng um, mga staff or employees. It can be sa restaurant or sa hotel. Okay? Ano ba yung pagkakasunod-sunod nun, and what is the proper way? Okay? Ayun kasi yung tinatawag nating standard if the staff or employee is following um, the SOP in order for them to deliver excellent service. Okay? Kasi ini-aim natin that the customers is masaya pag out nila, masaya sila kapag matapos silang kumain, halimbawa, mag-dine-in sila or mag-stay sila sa hotel, meron silang satisfaction na makukuha. Okay? So, why sequence matters, class? So, it says here that it includes the consistency and reliability, no? So it ensures every guest receives the same high standard of care, regardless of the server or the time of the day. So I'll give an example. If the food attendant is very punctual and very accommodating, okay? So technically, lahat po dapat ng employee na may schedule on the same day, even magkaiba sila ng shift, is same din yung energy, same din yung joy na kaya niyang matransfer sa guest, or may makikita tayo sa kanyang attitude of being hospitable, like very accommodating siya. So that is consistency. So hindi pwedeng magbago-bago kasi magkakaiba ng naka-schedule or naka-assign. No, it's not like that. So when it comes to policy and the SOP, kahit magkakaiba kayo, okay, sa part to ng employee ha, pero yung service na ibibigay nyo, yun po yung dapat hindi maiba. So that is consistency and reliability. Um, defines. And also the operational efficiency. So this is the streamlines of the workflow between the front and back of the house, reducing delays and minimizing errors. So ito yung lagi ko sinasabi sa inyo, if the, halimbawa sa restaurant, if the food attendant is knowledgeable when it comes to the menu or to the product that we will provide or offer to the customer, so dapat ganun din yung mga nasa kitchen or nasa back of the house. Technically, yung mga chef natin or kung sino pa mga naka-assign sa back of the house is mas sila yung ini-expect, no? Na mas alam or they are knowledgeable at yung mastery nila dun sa menu is alam nila. Okay? Kasi if the both group of people back of the house in front of the house is walang proper communication and then they don't know what they are doing, they don't know the information na meron sa isang menu halimbawa, so magkakos po ito most of the time ng complaint and delays sa ating pagsiserve or complaint sa customer kasi hindi alam ng bawat group or department yung kanilang trabaho. So, it's a matter of the communication between the two lines. Okay, and anticipating guest needs. So a structured sequence empowers staff to remain one step ahead, offering solutions before a guest even makes a request. So, ito yung pinakamahalagang attitude po ng isang um, nagtatrabaho sa hospitality industry. Bago pa mag-request ang guest natin, dapat you have an instinct that there is something po sa kanila na kailangan nila. So for example, no, sa restaurant, if makita mo ang guest na palingalinga or palingon-lingon, no, mapapansin mo naman yan eh. Huwag mo na siyang bigyan ng iba pang meaning, pero alam mo na may kinakailangan. Baka kutsara, tinidor, tissue, toothpick, o nangangailangan ng tubig. Or may gustong itanong. So, yung mga ganong gestures, as simple as that, dapat ikaw, you have the instinct to be familiarized. Ngayon, kung wala naman siya kailangan, at least natenan mo. Diba? Kasi magandang impact po niyan sa guest if na-accommodate mo sila kahit hindi ka pa nila tinatawag. Okay? And also maximizing revenue. So another sequence that matters is timely and structured instructions naturally create perfect opportunities for subtitle upselling and recommendations. So what do we mean by maximizing revenue? So we all know that all of the food service establishment existing is they need profit. So kailangan kumita, kailangan tumubo ng food business na yan. So kailangan nating ma-stretch ang ating um, mga resources. So, paano ba natin to ma-execute? Okay? For example, yung ating mga suggestive selling na ginagawa usually ng mga food attendants sa restaurant, so you need to practice on that. So it matters po, no? Kasi for example, sa loob ng isang araw, kahit halimbawa 2 to 3 food attendant out of 8 food attendants na naka-duty sa loob ng isang araw, may mga mag-a-upsell doon. Okay? Hindi man lahat naka-execute kasi we don't know eh. Sometimes if busy po yung surroundings or environment, minsan hindi natin siya ma-execute for many reasons. So, might as well, you need to execute to, depende na lang sa mga food attendant, no? Kung sino sa inyo ang mag a-upsell ng product. So, with that, mas nadadagdagan po natin yung ating kita at namumove natin yung mga stocks natin sa kitchen. Okay, lalo na kapag may kailangan na talagang dispose, no, ng mga menu. Masisira na kasi for the other week or pwedeng days na lang is magiging waste na sa ingredients. So, kailangan na gumawa ng paraan para ma-dispose po yun. But we're not selling, yung mga pasira na. It's not like that. We're just, you know, um, thinking of those ingredients na hindi dapat ma-waste. But again, hindi po, pinagbabawal naman din po ang mag-sell out tayo ng mga product na almost expired na. No? Ayan. Another thing, ayan. So, sa sequence of service, um, tatlo yung pag-uusapan natin ngayon, no? So, I've done with the introduction pa lang yung restaurant service, and then wine service, and room service. Ayan. Itong tatlong bagay na to, ito yung usually makikita natin sa restaurant or sa hotel. So, usually ang mga taong kailangan natin ditong ma-familiarize yung sa wine service ang tawag sa mga staff, no, na nagsiserve ng wine or nagrepresent ng wine are considered as sommelier. Okay, take note of that. And then, sa room service, meron din tayo yung ating mga room boy, ayan, and then room or yung mga food attendant natin sa restaurant. So, sila yung mga um, major employee persons na pag-uusapan natin, how they are doing this kind of services. So sa wine service, sabi dito, this is a ceremonial sequence that demands precision, knowledge, and grace. Ayan. So usually class sa mga restaurant kasi nakahiwalay po ang trabaho ni food attendant sa sommelier. Meron lang talagang taga-serve ng wine, taga-present ng wine, and that is his or her duty. Pero sa mga small setting halimbawa or the food service establishment is medyo nagtitipid. So minsan or madalas ang gumagawa nito is either the food attendant na down to sommelier. Parang dalawa yung nagiging job niya in a day. So the ritual of wine service is the first thing that you need to do as sommelier is the presentation. So present the bottle label up to the host for verification of the vintage, producer, and the varietal. So you need um to tell the something, no, content ng wine na pinapresent mo. So anong pangalan ng wine? Halimbawa, you are offering red wine. What's the name of that red wine? Ilang content po ng alcohol meron si red wine? Or may alcohol content ba o wala? So ilang percent 'yon? And vintage, no? At ilan po yung what I mean is years, no? You need to um tell also the years it is being produced, okay? And then the history or a sort of background, makikita nyo yun sa tag ng wine. Okay? So, hindi kayo mahihirapan na sommelier kasi the details po is nandun lang din sa wine. You're just going to explain and if master mo na nga yan, minsan kahit di ka pa tumingin sa label or tags ng wine, kaya mo na siyang i-promote or i-present. Pero sa mga dummies or beginners, you can read din naman for the meantime bago mo siya i-present, no? Ayun. And then after presentation the wine, uh, you will follow na the uncorking stage. So seamlessly cut the foil, extract the cork silently and present it on an underliner to the host. So bubuksan na po natin yung wine after mo po siyang ma-present kay guest natin. Okay? And number three is the tasting. So after mo ma-open po ang takip ng wine, so you will use the corkscrew. It's not a typical wine po na you need to open it very basic lang, no? Yung gagamitan mo ng manual na kamay. Hindi. Sa wine service po, may corkscrew dapat ang sommelier. So, yun po yung isa sa pinaka nagmamatter sa sequence ng wine service natin. You have the corkscrew. And then after opening that bottle, nasa harap ka pa din niya ng customer is the tasting na. So you need to pour a one ounce tasting portion for the host to confirm the wine's conditional and quality. Okay? So, of course, you have the red wine glass or it can be the white wine glass para tikman muna ng ating guest kung magugustuhan niya yung wine na pinapresent or ino-offer mo. And then, after that, the last stage is serve guests clockwise, traditionally, ladies first, finishing with the host, ensuring pristine labels. So, if ever na magustuhan niya sa tasting, that was the time na saka ka po maglalagay na sa kanilang mga baso, almost 3/4 full po ng glass nila, yung ipupour mo. And then, merong position, which is the guest, sir, you need to serve the guest clockwise. So, mauuna po muna kung sila po ay dalawa or couple, yung babae muna. No, ladies muna ang pagsaserve natin, then followed by men. Okay? So, ganun po ang sistema. So, I'll be sending a sample video po nitong wine service para mas makita nyo yung stage from presentation to uncorking tasting, and then the stage of the pouring or the pour. Okay? So again, in the ritual of wine service, we have four phases lang or sequence na dapat yung tandaan, class. The presentation, okay? You need to tell something about the wine, the brand, and so on, the produce, okay? The the expected taste whatsoever, and then bubuksan using the corkscrew, no, bubuksan yung takip, and then wine tasting muna. Then, saka natin siya ilalagay. Kapag hindi po nagustuhan ni guest natin, so pwede po tayo mag-present ng another wine. So, wala, free of charge po yan. Hindi po natin sila i-charge dyan. Kaya yung tasting nila. So, kasama na po yan sa overall total po ng babayaran nila. Okay? Kasi at the end of the day, mag-order at mag-order naman yan. Okay? And then also, we have the crucial wine elements. So, we need to ensure, of course, a sommelier, the temperature of the wine. So, maintaining exact serving temperatures preserves the wine's aromatic profile and a structural balance. So, may mga wines tayo na technically, you're gonna serve that kahit walang ice or meron namang mga wines po na kailangan may ice. So, dapat familiar po tayo. Familiar, ano po yung kailangan may presence po ni ice at ano naman yung wala. So, in order to maintain the right taste po ng wine. Okay? So, just in case naman, request ng guest na kahit yung wine na to is hindi naman kinakailangan ng ice, pero gusto niya magpalagay ng ice, so, aatenan natin yun. Kasi request naman na niya. As long as you know the instruction and policy dun sa wine na yun, ano tayo, good job ka doon, as familiar. Pero pag request niya ni guest, and then wala siya dun sa standard, it's okay, kasi request naman nila, as long na explain mo. And then the glassware. So you need to select the appropriate bowl shape. It's paramount to directing aromas and enhancing the tasting experience. So example, kaya nga may mga pangalan yung mga glasses natin. If you're gonna serve red wine or white wine, we have the types of white wine glass and red wine glass. Okay? So may mga purpose pala sila. So one of the purpose is to taste, to enhance the tasting period of the guest, and also may mga aromas coming from the wine na kung saan mas maganda if halimbawa if yung bowl or yung mouth ng ng glass is mas widen siya or mas maluwag, mas na-appreciate ng guest natin yung amoy ng wine. So, and then another crucial element is the pacing. So, yung pacing natin, discreetly monitoring levels to top up glasses ensures the guest conversation remains uninterrupted. Okay? So, as familiar, sabi nga natin kanina sa sequence matters, no? Yung mga anticipated needs. Kailangan alerto tayo. You have already yung high key mo ng observation, no? So, as familiar, if you know already that the glass is paubos na, wag mo antayin maubos yung sa glass nila, no? At least nasa um konti na lang yung nandun sa glass nila, pero hindi naman na sobrang sagad na ubos na, you need to refill it na. Kaya hindi ka na po magpapatawag in this service, ha. Hindi ka na wag mo antayin sa guest na magtaas ng kamay kasi ubos na yung wine. So ito yung kailangan mong antabayanan as sommelier. Okay? So you need to pour it again. Okay? But don't forget to say, excuse me. Ayan. So, yan lang naman ang mga basic phrases natin para di naman sila magulat that you are coming and then refilling their glasses na. Okay? So, another thing that you need to consider. So, we've done already with the wine service. Ganun ka-basic lang po yung dapat ninyo matutunan sa wine service and also pagdating po sa execution. And then, magdating naman sa room service. Ayan. So, andyan pa ba kayo? Ayan, sana nandyan pa, no? So, if you want to jot down and watch it again para mas ma-eternalize ninyo, mas okay din. Okay? So, okay. So, proceed tayo sa room service. So, ang room service natin, ito naman sa hotel to, nangyayari, no? So, translating the luxury dining room experience into a privacy of the guest suite. Okay. So, the in-room dining journey. So, let's start with, yan. So, yung room service natin, class, ito naman, yung mga typical guest po natin, they gonna check in po sa isang hotel, and then there are times that, or most of the times, they want po na magpa-serve or order po ng pagkain sa mga rooms nila. They don't want to go nasa buffet area o sa restaurant ni hotel or going outside, but rather to choose na magpa-deliver or magpa-serve ng food sa mga room. Kaya meron tayong tinatawag na room service. This is under food and beverage department. Okay? So, it can be a 3-star hotel. Ayan, 3-star hanggang 5-star hotel. Ayan, lahat po yan may mga room service. Depende lang po sa dami ng menu nila or ilan po yung ino-offer nila sa guest. Doon lang naman po nagkakaiba-iba. Pero at the end of the day, lahat po is capable makapag-provide po ng room service sa guest. So, we have here the journey. The first journey is the precision setup. So every item on the tray or trolley must be impeccably arranged, reflecting restaurant standards. And as you can see on the photo, no, if the guest ordered bread, they have jam, hot coffee or hot tea, yogurt, whatsoever, a slice of cheese. Ayan, you need to arrange that on a tray. And that is what we call the precision setup. So, syempre nangyayari to after the guest no tumawag, no? Tatawag muna yan sa food and beverage department. And then after niyan tumawag, jot down na yan ng ating ng food attendant or kung sino man po ang nag-answer ng call. And then, kapag ando na yung list, kompleto na, you will arrange it like this. So, nag-iiba-iba naman po yung tray natin, ha? Hindi lang po yung nandito sa picture. But the main point here is you need to arrange sa isang tray lahat ng order niya. And that is the journey of precision setup. Then, going to discreet delivery, so punctual arrival in a professional, quiet entry, maintain the sanctity of the guest private space. So again, you will serve this kasi sa room, no? It's different from serving sa loob ng mga restaurant, no? Or kahit sa loob ng restaurant ng hotel. Na personally, nakikita natin yung guest, nakikita natin yung itsura nila, yung gestures nila during the time na isa-serve mo, di ba? Pero pag sa room kasi, you don't know, no? Maaaring kasi yung time na pag-serve mo, they are busy, like the guest is taking a bath, or baka medyo nakatulog ulit, something like that. Or minsan may kausap sa phone, or may meeting, okay, nakaharap sa laptop. So, you need to practice the um, what we call the sanctity of the guest private space. So you need to knock on the door first 3 times. Ayan, and then you will see room service. Okay? At least 3 knocks. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Kakatukin mo ang pinto. Then sabay imagine nyo ngayon ang tunog ng pinto, no? And then sabay sabi ng room service. Okay? So twice mo siyang gagawin. If the guest will not open the door, so might as well na balikan mo na lang after ilang minutes ulit. Or pwede pong tumawag sa room ni guest natin kung okay nang i-serve. If that will happen. Pero kung sa pangalawang katok po natin ay magbubukas naman na ang pinto, isi-serve na po natin yan. Okay? So, wag po tayo magpaulit-ulit ng katok sa guest kung hindi po siya binubuksan at least twice na 3 times knocking on the door. Okay? So, you know it already on your part as service provider na maybe the guest is busy. Though nag-order sila pero you need to come back, no? After ilang minutes na lang siguro. Alam naman nila yan na nag-order din sila eh. Okay? Baka tumapat lang na medyo busy sa mga oras na yan. Okay? So, the private experience, so creating an atmosphere of the total comfort followed by an agreed upon unobtrusive clearance protocol. Okay? So, dito sa na to, sa third journey, when we say the private experience, okay? So, you will ask the guest if gusto ba niyang ipalagay lang doon sa table niya yung food o gusto niyang isa-isahin mo tanggalin sa tray para ilapag doon sa table. Okay? So, if the guest will agree, kung alin man doon, you need to follow ano po yung instruction ni guest natin. Okay? So, saan po komportable si guest? O gusto niya ba ikaw na yung mag-pour ng tsaa or ng kape sa cup niya? Okay, kasi at the end of the day, may sasabihin at sasabihin po si guest natin once you enter the room. Pero pag sinabi nilang, go ahead, pakipatong lang po dyan sa table yung yung food, no? Then, go out ka na. Okay? Huwag ka nang magtanong pa kung gusto niya pang ipa-arrange. Unless, mapapansin mo kung nagmamadali ba si guest or hindi, kasi yung privacy nga niya. So, pwede ka naman mag-offer. If you know na medyo maluwag yung time niya, sir, excuse me, can I arrange your food on your table? Ayan. So, napaka-challenging kasi I will use the word, kakapain mo yung mood ng guest. Kung yung tinatawag na timely manner, dun ka papasok, lagi may timing. So kapag ikaw yung tipo ng no, sorry no, medyo judgmental tayo ng kaunti. Pero totoo, if hindi ka magaling sa timing na tao, kasi na-exercise yan sa work eh. So medyo magkakaroon ng conflict doon sa ano mo, sa specific job mo, lalo na kung kailangan ng timing. Ayan, I hope na nag-gets niyo yung puntos ko. Okay, para bang halimbawa, you know that the guest is busy and then you need to ask pa if he or she wants to o wants to arrange yung food na order niya. You know that the guest is busy, may kausap sa phone, may ka-meeting sa kanyang laptop whatsoever. So do not disturb na. So that is their privacy na. Okay po. Ayan. So another is again, we've done already with the wine service, the room service. Okay? Yan. So before we proceed with the last one, which is the restaurant service, is the room service priorities. Ayan. As you can see here, ayan yung minimension ko na kanina, the timing and discretion. So sabi dito, in-room dining relies entirely on promised delivery windows. So the sequence dictates a standardized knock, formal greeting, and seamless transition of the meal into the room without disrupting the guest peace. So we've already discussed kanina yung mga bagay na dapat nating iset as food attendant, okay? Or nagro-room service. And it also includes the presentation and clearance. Food must arrive at the perfect temperature despite the transit. Yan, sabi ko 'di ba kanina, what if nag-knock ka ng door dalawang beses mo na siyang ginawa, you knock 3 times. Parang kanta lang, no? Knock 3 times. Are you familiar with that? Ayan. So, batang 90s tayo. So, regardless of nagkaroon ng delays, kailangan hindi mag-sacrifice yung food. So, kailangan initin, lumamig ng kaunti yung soup. Baka pwedeng yung microwave oven natin para lang mainit nating madala pa rin sa guest. So, hindi po kasi rason na hindi niyo po na-open yung door eh. 3 beses po kaming kumatok, hindi niyo po binubuksan, lumamig na. So, like that. So, as a student, gusto ko rin ma-practice sa inyo yung mga reason out like that, no? Tatanggalin na natin kahit estudyante pa lang kayo. Limbawa sa kitchen, nagluto kayo, napaaga yung luto, napaaga yung serve. I mean, napaaga yung pagpiplating ninyo. Mamaya-maya pa isi-serve. Anong gagawin natin para mainit pa rin natin siyang ma-serve sa guest? So, ganon. Tatanggalin na natin yung reason na, kasi kanina pa po naluto o kanina pa po kasi kami natapos mag-prepare. Lumamig na. So, parang i-practice nyo in settings ba sa hospitality industry, we can act like that. Siyempre, hindi. Gagawan mo ng paraan na para masatisfy mo yung guest pa din na in correct temperature sineserve mo. So, another is, again, we have two priorities sa pag-room service. The timing and discretion, presentation, and the clearance. Yung clearance naman natin dito, this is actually the final step. So, you will wait for the guest to call if gusto na magpa-pass out po ng kanilang mga pinagkainan. But never to disturb it again na siguro tapos na sila kumain, ililigpit ko na nga kasi patapos na yung shift ko. O kunin ko na nga dun para ma-very good ako ng guest na attentive ako magligpit ng pinagkainan. No, it's not like that. It's not the same in the setting po sa restaurants. No? So, sa restaurant, anytime pwede po tayo mag-pass out, no? Mag-excuse tayo sa kanila. Pero sa mga rooms po, since private space nila yan, wag po tayong basta-basta kakatok. Wag po tayong basta-basta kukuha ng kanilang pinagkainan. So, wait for their call, or sometimes ang gagawin naman ng guest kasi may space pa yan sa labas bago sa room nila eh. Iwan nila yan doon. So, kapag naiwan na yan doon, automatic na yan. May mga mag-iikot, no? na pwedeng buksan po yon yung unang door, at makikita yun doon, pwede nang iligpit. Okay? So, ganun yun. Another, yan. So, we have also the restaurant service. So, again, now we have the wine service, we have the 4 steps there, the room service po, ayan, you know already what are the things to be accomplished, no? And then also, ano lang, tandaan nyo lang dun yung setting priorities lang din. Ganun lang naman po ka-easy yung ating sequence sa pag-room service. And at makikita nyo, very basic po yung journey na ginagawa ng mag-room service, no? It's not um, steps eh. Di mo na siya matatawag literal na steps. It's something like, what what you will do, okay, pa sa pag-room service para ma-reach mo yung steps. It's not exactly what is the step. Nakuha natin. No? Unlike kanina sa sa wine service, talagang step by step tayo magfa-follow doon. Okay? So, actually, pinakamasayang is mag-room service talaga. Mag-serve ng food sa room. Ayan ang pinaka medyo relaxing sa lahat. Kasi, why relaxing? Medyo konti lang po yung engagement nyo sa guest. No? Okay? Pero, um, ang pinakamasayang part kasi dito, if you will serve food at ikaw po ang naka-assign sa room na yon, swerte mo kung meron kang guest na matimingan mo na malakas mag-tip o malaki mag-tip. Sa'yo na yon. Unlike kasi sa restaurant, centralized pa yun eh. Pwede kayo maghati-hati. Kasi sa room service, automatic. Pwedeng pag-serve mo pa lang, meron ka ng tip dyan. Diba? So, kaya ako nasabing ito yung pinaka magaan, less engagement, pero malaki-laki po ang tip na pwede nating ma-receive sa guest. Wala pong guest na hindi nagtitip sa room service. Kahit sabihin natin 20 pesos pa yan. Okay? So, sarili mo yun. Eh, kung sa loob ng isang araw, ilan ng, sa 8 hours na duty mo, ilang rooms ang nagpa-room service sa'yo. O, di ba? Kahit ba sabihin mo, doon tayo sa pinakamababa, kahit ba sabihin mo, tigta 20 pesos lang yan, eh, sa loob ng isang araw, 50 rooms ka. O, so, 50 times 2, you have already 1,000 pesos. And that is your extra money na. Diba? And then may free meal ka pa sa hotel. Di ka naman nagagastos, pamasahe lang. Di ang laki ng Eh kung laging ganon, may 1,000 ka for every 50 rooms. O, di ba? Eh kung halimbawa naman na may hindi ka makaka-reach ng 50 rooms, eh ganun din. Malaki naman halimbawa mag-tip. Isang guest pa lang, 500 na. O di ganun din. Okay? So, gets natin. So, uuwi kayong masaya everyday pag sa hotel po kayo nag-work. Yan. Lalo na sa room service or sa food and beverage department. Then restaurant service, this is the intricate choreography of the traditional dining room floor. Ayan. So, ito po yung, ito yung isa din sa execute ninyo. Again, tatlo ha. We have the wine service, the room service, and the restaurant or dining room sequence of service. So, dito sa dining room sequence natin, as you can see, yan, magsisend ako class ng mga videos para din mas maintindihan nyo itong lesson. Then, just connect it sa mga sisend kong video para mas ma-appreciate ninyo. But again, itong dinadiscuss ko sa inyong content, this is the basic that I could give you na mas sa madaling way nyo maintindihan at madaling nyo ma-execute. Wala na tayong palabok-labok, no? Tayo, direct to the point para hindi na tayo masyadong nagkakaroon pa ng information overload, no? Ayan. So, the dining room sequence, let's start with the greeting and seating. So, technically, a warm welcome within 30 seconds of arrival, swift coat check, and graceful guidance to the reserved table. So, as the guest arrives, of course, di mawawala po ang number one, natin, the way we welcome the guest is by saying the phrases like good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good day, depende po sa time ng pagpasok ng guest. And you will ask them, of course, if they have reservations or wala, and number of packs. So, if they are walk-in, of course, escort mo pa rin sila sa kanilang table kung saan man nila gusto, or ikaw na rin mag-decide. Pwede ka mag-decide kung saan mo sila paupuin. And then kapag sila naman po ay may reservation, of course, that knowledgeable ka before your shift begins that this um, guest or group of people is naka-reserve na prior. So, familiar ka din dapat doon. Okay? So, Ma'am Valencia, you have a reservation for two, right? So, this way, ma'am. So, we have reserved table for the both of you. Ayan. So, very good kayo doon kasi familiar ka na nakapagpa-reserve sila. Okay? So, another thing that you need to consider after greeting and seating the guests is, of course, the water and beverage service. So, immediate offering of still or sparkling water followed by the presentation of cocktail or wine list. Okay? So, syempre, isa po yan sa ating pinapractice to be hospitable with the guest. Kahit wala pang order, paupuin mo muna, pre-paupuin, bigyan mo muna ng water para makarelax ng kaunti si guest natin. And then, saka mo i-offer ang ating menu card or pwede namang mag-present ka na rin ng wine sa kanila if the restaurant po kasi is formal fine dining. Pero kung hindi naman formal fine dining, casual lang, pwede ka nang mag-offer agad ng menu natin sa kanila. Ipe-present mo na agad yung menu card sa kanila. Okay? So, after mo ma-present yung menu, no? So, after ka magbigay ng tubig sa kanila, presentation of the menu. Okay, this is the time that you need to, etong pangatlo, the order taking and cursing. So, guiding guests through the menu, ensuring dietary needs are noted, and firing courses to the kitchen with perfect pacing. So, technically, sa order taking, nakapag-decide na si guest natin ano yung gusto niyang kainin, ano yung gusto niyang orderin sa restaurant. So, this will be the time na you need to guide them also for what? Habang nagsasalita si guest sa mga orders nila, if you want to ask something, let's say for example, Caesar salad or shrimp Caesar salad, pero yung Caesar salad natin, may hipon, pero bawal si guest. So, anahan mo na, pasukan mo na agad ng, ma'am, do you have any allergy in eating seafoods? Because Caesar salad shrimp is composed of this one. We can omit this one, or sabi natin, tatanggalin po namin to. Okay? Or pwede po naming palitan po ng ibang ingredients. So, which one po? So, that is the guidance. Para alam po ni guest natin, no, na may mga particular knowledge din kayo in serving food. Halimbawa, ang food naman is spicy tomato soup. Okay? So, ano mo na, i-explain mo na, ma'am, yung spiciness po nito, ano ha, level 100. Baka po hindi po natin kaya. Ayan. So that we can lessen po yung pagka-spicy nito. Okay? So, ganun po yung mga sample na guidance. Or, it can be halimbawa, senior citizen yung kakain, no? Gusto niya ng honey lemon iced tea, pero yung honey lemon iced tea natin, mas nag-overpower po yung sweetness compare sa lemon. So, maraming honey. So, tanong natin kung okay lang na quite sweet or papalitan ng sugar syrup yung kanilang drink kasi medyo matamis at senior ang guest natin. Pero kung kaya naman, pwede naman, no? Wala namang problema, pwedeng kainin, kahit ano, or inumin, at least, nag-advise ka sa part ng senior guest natin. Kuha. So, that is part of the guidance. Huwag lang take ng order, no? Pwede din, pero hindi naman sa lahat ng pagkakataon, yung mga information sa menu is, i-discuss natin na i-discuss. Meron kasi mga common, alam mo yun, yung common food na, say for example, simple spaghetti. Wala ka naman kailangan i-discuss sa spaghetti kasi common na yun. Yung mga something na or rare dishes lang yung kailangan nating bigyan ng justification para knowledgeable din ang ating guest. Okay? And then another thing after order taking and cursing is of course you're gonna deliver all those foods po sa table ng guest. Then do not forget to say, are you willing to wait 10 to 15 minutes for the preparation of the food? And then together with the sequence na. What will be the first menu to be ordered? Depende po yan sa list ng in-order ni guest. Example lang order lang niya is honey lemon tea and a slice of cake, of course. Dalawa lang, no? So, you're gonna serve first the drinks and then followed by the dessert. Pero kung halimbawa, tatlo yan. Honey lemon tea, Then meron siyang white carbonara pasta, and then red velvet slice cake. So of course, you're gonna serve first the drinks, followed by the pasta as the main course, then last po is the dessert. Okay, pero kompleto naman ang kanyang in-order from the appetizer to dessert. Ganun din po ang pagsiserve. Mauna po ang drinks, beverage, followed by soup, appetizer, the salad, main course, and dessert. So that memorize po ang sequence ng food. Okay? Para di po malito kung anong unang isa-serve. Hindi po pwedeng mauna si dessert, then nahuli yung main course, or nahuli yung soup. Okay? So, kailangan naka-align po lahat. And then also the clearing and billing. This is the silent clearing of plates only when all guests have finished, followed by an accurate prompt presentation of the bill. So, as a for example, the guest is already done with his or her courses. Of course, gonna say, excuse me to the guest, since you are ready to bust out the soiled dishes. So that is part of clearing. Okay, one at a time po yung pag-clear natin. So, for example, naubos nyo na yung soup, kasi yun po yung unang na-serve, saka mo lang siya ibabas out. No? Pag may laman pa, wag mo munang ibas out yan. So, anong unang kukunin? Yung soup spoon, and then followed by the soup bowl. Ma'am, parang nauna po i-serve yung drinks eh. Di ba dapat drinks po muna yung unang ibabas out? So, technically po, ang beverage natin, yan po yung pinakahuli. Okay? Hanggang mag-leave si guest sa restaurant, yan po yung naiiwan sa table kahit nagbayad na siya. Okay po. Okay? So, followed by presentation of the bill. Ito po ay once the guest po is nagbigay na ng sign na he or she gonna pay na. So, dun nyo po ibibigay yung bill. So, wag po tayo magbibigay ng bill nang hindi kahit tapos na kumain, and then ikaw po ang magpe-present doon ha, kasi tapos na. Unethical po yun. So, wait for them to call you or mag-raise sila ng hands niyan because they are ready to leave na the restaurant. So, prepare mo na yung kanilang receipt. Okay po. And then, ayan. So, with that, always remember in the dining room sequence of service or restaurant, we have four important pieces po na kailangan ninyong maintindihan. The greeting and seating, water and beverage service, order taking and coursing, clearing and billing. Class actually, kapag inisa-isa ko to, actually 1 to 12 siya. Pero kasi mas mabilis itong way, itong apat na to. And then, may mga supporting ano na lang dyan, execution under per pacing natin para mas mabilis nyo po siyang ma-memorize. Kasi if we will entail the 11 or 12, ang hirap sa part din ng estudyanteng mag-memorize. No? Lalo na kung may wine service pa tsaka room service. So, dun tayo sa pinaka-easiest way. Okay? And always remember as part of our conclusion for today is the ultimate goal of executing those importance of the service in the hospitality is we are creating unforgettable memories to the guest. So a flawless sequence of service is entirely invisible to the guest, yet it is the critical engine driving their overall satisfaction. And it transforms a simple meal into an elevated luxury experience, ensuring guest loyalty, positive reputation, and the establishment of true brand excellence. Okay? So, madali itong i-execute class if you have the ultimate goal for your guest. Ang hirap gawin ng isang bagay, no? Hirap mag-deliver ng service if hindi mo alam kung ano yung purpose or goal ba't mo ginagawa. So always remember that we are creating memories sa ating mga guests natin. Not just because we have a job, not just because wala, may pumasok kasi customer eh, wala akong choice, trabaho ko to. No, it's not like that. Always remember sa hospitality, excellence is not an act, but it is a habit. Okay, this is according to Aristotle. And um, always remember that in success, no, sa ating ginagawa sa hospitality industry, this is not the final pa. Itong sequence, itong SOP na 'to, okay? This is the step to have the courage to continue. Kasi not all the time mape-perfect niyo lahat ng sequence or ng standard. But at the end of the day, you need to continue because it always counts to your job. Okay? So, siguro ang pwede kong iwanan na lang sa inyo for the last time is the only way to do the great work class is to love what you do. And that's the root and the foundation of the excellent service. Ayan, if you love the customer, if you love your job, if you love what you're doing, and it will follow. Okay? So, thank you so much, class, for your time. Thank you for listening for our lesson for today. I hope you have learned something. And I'm looking forward that everybody could execute the three actual demonstration, which is the wine service, the room service, and then the restaurant service. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much, class, and goodbye, and God bless everyone.